I started in Brooklyn, New York, taking karate for about a year and a half, 2 years. Then I was walking to the school one day, got there, and it was closed down. So that was my first introduction to martial arts. I loved it. I was always so small, always so thin. Whenever I got into a confrontation, a kid's confrontation, I never backed down, but I always got my ass beat most of the time. I was the kind of guy, if you punch me down, I'd get up. Come at you again, you'd punch me down, I'd get up. I went to summer camp and I got to a confrontation with this big kid, knocked me off the dock with a boat oar. And I swam around side, got on land, came back on the dock and went at him again, and he knocked me into the water again. And this happened 5 or 6 times before I finally gave up. He whacked me so hard before I gave up. So that was the kind of guy I was. Always very stubborn, took a lot of abuse, very high tolerance of pain when I was a kid, very accident prone. Then I came into California and moved here when I was 13. And a few months later, walking down Van Nuys Boulevard in California, San Fernando Valley, and I saw a martial arts school. And it was a martial arts school like no other. They had weapons that I'd never seen before. I was used to seeing a staff or a sickle or a tonfa or a samurai sword in a karate studio, but never weapons like kung fu weapons, Chinese style. And all these guys were wearing black outfits with black shoes. I became fascinated and I went home, talked to my parents. They said no, but I did anyway. I joined and it went on from there. And that style was Silam Kung Fu, 5 animal styles. My grandmaster is Douglas Wong.
I started martial arts when I was almost 10 years old, so I've been practicing for over 30 years. I not studied only the Chinese martial art, but also the Japanese and Korean art. I went into judo, jiu-jitsu, aikido, kempo karate, shotokan karate, tang soo do. Then, at that time, Kung Fu wasn't very widely practiced at the time until my teacher, Grandmaster Art Wong, came around. I started studying the 5 animal and the 5 family style with him. And later on, hooked up with another teacher from Hong Kong, Richard Wan, and studied what's called Yao Kung Mung, or the soft hand style Kung Fu. And I've been practicing with many other teachers in many systems. But what happened in the system, a lot of them did not teach a whole complete art that I wanted. Some didn't teach the herbal medicine, the acupressure, massaging, this type of thing. So as I did, I learned about 6 different styles of Kung Fu. I put it together and I formulated the White Lotus system. This is the modern day White Lotus system, because there is an older system in China, traditional White Lotus. So my system I created back in 1976, and this is why I teach now. It's a more modernized way of teaching Kung Fu, a much quicker way of learning it.